How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Ask That Podcast here on YouTube. Sorry, I had to get some drink there. I cover Fangoria when I got issues. You can't find them cheap anymore. It used to be back in the day, I can go in a comic shop and get pretty much the last couple of years worth of Fangoria issues for cover price or a little bit under, Now, this original run, they're getting pricey. So when I find them cheap enough, I grab them. This is issue 232 from 2006 probably. 2004, okay. So what we got on the cover here? We got Van Helsing, Kill Bill Volume 2, The Card Player, Dario Argento, Godsend, Hellboy, and Starship Troopers 2. So let's see here. Hellboy's good, Kill Bill 2's good. Godsend I've never actually seen, and Starship Troopers 2 I don't remember. I remember it being okay, but let's see here. Exiles, Resistance, all the game for the PlayStation 2. Okay. Anchor Bays were home for horror in 2004, and look at this great shit. This is back when Anchor Bay was really putting out good stuff. You got Night of the Demons, Cheerleader Camp, Evil Speak, and Witchboard. That's out on a nice blue now. Alien vs. Predator, the movie, which was not real good. Ray Dennis Steckler's Blood Shack. Oh my god, from the creator of Rat Fink and Boo, the Lemon Grove Kids Meets the Monster, opened the door to a new kind of terror, including special Joe Bob Briggs comedy commentary. Actually, I'm not hearing that. Just hear the commentary. Suburban Nightmare from Shakarama Studios. This is another EI Cinema Entertainment Company. Oh, 2001 Maniacs. Okay, I love the original 2000 Maniacs from Herschel Gordon Lewis. This remake, or could be even a sequel in spirit, is well done. There's some good effects. Tim Sullivan directed it. Robert English, you see right here, plays the mayor. And what it is, it's kind of like Brigadoon. It's this town down in the south. I think the original was in Georgia. It was supposed to be in Georgia. And they got wiped out during the Civil War, like the entire town. So once I think it's like every 50 or 100 years, they reappear. They lure tourists to the town. They kill them in violent ways. Like they have one scene where they got this barrel full of like nails been pounded from the outside in. They put somebody in and roll them down the hill. So nowhere to get crushed by a rock. Well, in this one, they upped the gore and they upped the nudity. Like there's I'm trying to think of something. There's one scene where this girl gets quartered, like they tie each one of her limbs to a horse, and they have the horse around that just rips all her limbs off. This is the first time I ever actually seen a screener like this, because before I got a hold of the movie, BitTorrent, I found a screener. And it was a rip of the screener DVD, so like certain scenes in it would go to black and white, and instead of being in color, it's a property of, I think it's New Line. Let me see. Eli Roth ended up producing. It's really good. And they made a sequel that sucks. Godzilla smashing our cities once again. Oh, here we go. Next time you need something to read upon a midnight journey, check out the new second edition of Graphic Classics Edgar Allan Poe. I have not read that one, but I have the H.P. Lovecraft one that's really good. I've read some of the other ones. Local libraries and them. They're comic books, adaptations of the old stories. Days of Darkness, Celebration of Horror Convention. Look, how many people ain't around anymore? Romero dead. Sid Haig dead. Oh, that's it. Okay, here we go. Video chopping list. Currently available. Horror Rises from the Tomb, Night of the Sorcerers, Mondo Crash. Rising in on separate DVDs. Include both the US version and the Uncut International editions, plus still ad gallery. Sacred Flesh. A new DVD company devoted to Extreme Shockers debuts with Nigel Wingrove's Nunsploitation opus. Suspended Animation, never heard of it. Tokyo The Last Control. Adam and Evil is one of those I've heard of and never got to see. Afraid of the Dark, Alias, Among Us, Bite Me. Oh God, this is Brentwood. 2 discs containing Rock and Roll Frankenstein, How to Slay a Vampire, Blood Slaves of the Vampire Werewolf, and Sorority House Vampires from Hell. Whew. Born in Hell, this is another one of those Brentwood sets. 2 discs containing Unholy Terror, Frankenstein's Great Aunt, Tilly the Demon, and Machine Head. Brentwood would put out these sets in, it was either public domain or stuff that nobody really gave a fuck about, like rights. And they put them, and they were like, back in the early days of DVD, you could get a lot of horror movies on a set for next to nothing. There's 2 more Brentwood sets in here, but I'll get to them in a second. Hey, Bride of Frank, this is Escapio Don Valdez must-see underground fave about a strange old man, his life, loves, and extreme violence arrives on DVD. This is one of those that I read about back in the late 90s. Like, bootlegs were floating around, and it's called Bride of Frank. This guy named Frank works in like a warehouse, and his buddies are trying to get him laid. And like, there's a scene where he's like, "I'll rip your head off and shit down." You know, he actually rips this guy's head off and shits down his neck. It's fucking insane. Coming Distractions, 5 hours of trauma trailers. Okay, Curse of the Dead from Brentwood. 5 DVDs containing Lucas Child, Murder Mansion, Not a Bloody Heart, Happy Nightmare Inn, Legacy of Blood, Darker Side of Romance, Frankenstein's Renee Tilly, Mansions of Madness, Ghost Gunfire, and Sorority House, Vampire Smell. That's the only bad thing about Brentwood. So they re-release a lot of it. Like, you find a small set that have 4 movies on it, then there'd be a bigger set of 10 that have some of the 4 you already had. Death Rattle, another Brentwood. This 2-disc set includes She-Beast, King of the Zombies, The Brain That Wouldn't Die, Bloody Pit of Heart, episodes of Boris Karloff TV series The Veil. Don't turn off the lights. Brentwood contains Bride of the Gorilla, the Giant Gila Monster, Iga, and Attack of the Giant Leeches. Oh, the Hammer stuff. Dracula Legacy Collection, Dracula Pages from a Virgin Sire. Drop Dead Gorgeous. 2 discs containing Little Cory Gory, Birds of Prey, Slash Ants, and Kiss Daddy Goodnight, early Uma Thurman. Fast Company, that's the David Cronenberg's auto race movie. Frankenstein Legacy Collection. Okay. Night Chills. 5 DVDs containing Little Gory Cory, Birds of Prey, Slash Ants, Kiss Daddy Goodnight, Broken Skull, In the Little Mansion, Unholy Terror, Creep Tales, Machine Head, and Night Chills. See? So I'm saying that a lot of Noches del Horror, 2 discs containing 4 Spanish language features, including 16 En la Lista, Marina del Otro. I'm horrible at Spanish here. Scalps, that's the old gory Native American revenge a la Fred Olin. Ready comes the DVD uncut, uncensored, remastered with a commentary. Suicide, aka FinalCut.com, a German thriller in which 2 filmmakers often let depressed people off themselves on camera only to become obsessed with death. The Wolfman Legacy Collection. These Legacy Collections are all the Universal films, like all in one set. They're really not. Angel Heart, man, that's a good one. Curse of the Erotic Tiki. Scary Movie 3. Okay, this is the Fear Film Forecast. So this is 2004. April 16th, Close Your Eyes. Never even heard of it. April 30th, Godson, and May 7th, Van Helsing. That movie fucking sucks. June 4th, Mindhunter. June 18th, Darkness. July 30th, Open Water in the Village. Okay, I've seen The Village. It wasn't that good. August 13th, Aliens vs. Predator and Blade Trinity. Ooh. August 13th. The 20th is Exorcist, the beginning. August 27th, Anaconda. I forgot that I had to see what. Fall Winter, The Machinist, which is not a horror film, the Man Thing. September 10th, Resident Evil Apocalypse. That's the second or third one. 2004, that would be the second one. September 24th, The Forgotten. September, A Sound of Thunder. October 1st, Cursed in the Woods. Cursed is the Wes Craven film that got re-edited majorly. October 22nd, House of Wax remake. Yeah. October 29th, Seed of Chucky. Oh man, I forgot that was that long ago. Yeah, that's decent. The Grudge remake on October. November 10th, The Ring 2. November 19th. The Brothers Grimm. I forgot about that. November, Dark Water, the remake. January 14th, 2005, the Amityville Horror remake. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I mean, the original ain't really that great. February 11th, 2005, Constantine. This is Hellblazer, the movie. And once you get past it, they change a few things that didn't need to be changed. It's not that bad of a movie. It's actually better than most people make it out to be. And I'm a big Hellblazer fan. February 2005, The Jacket. Mm-hmm. April 1st, 2005, Hide and Seek. December 14th, 2005, King Kong remake. Undated, Alone in the Dark, Boogeyman, The Card Player, The Gathering, Ginger Snaps Back, Hot Tension, House of Thousand Corpses 2, The Devil's Rejects, Knowing, the last horror film, Riding the Bullet, Saint Angie, Samhain, Saw, Stay, Toolbox Murders remake, Trauma, 2001, Maniacs, and Undead. Giving them Hellsing. Oh. This was basically... Was it Universal did this? Whoever did this, they were trying to make, like, what would have happened with the Mummy film with Brandon Fraser. You know, take the old film, update it a little bit, and make it more of an action film. This movie was just bad. Like, really, really fucking bad. I saw it when it came out on DVD, and oh man, it wasn't even worth the Netflix rental. Joe Vampire Hunter, Fango Tomb by Mad Mark Warrior. Extreme Monster Makeover. International House of Monsters. Actors from all over the world converge to play the featured creatures of Van Helsing. Kate Beckinsale. Man, ooh. The Video Eye of Dr. Cyclops. Oh man, Dr. Cyclops. The Curse of the Komodo. Jim Wynorski, Komodo Dragon Killer film. Dark Waters, which I think I have on a set. It's a shark film. Parasite. Ooh. I like this. Giant CGI monsters menace people on CGI oil rig during CGI mail rainstorm. Send an email with those 12 words and you'll be told your address and everything you need to know about Parasite. The Legend of Diablo, and I don't see anybody there ever heard of it either. Sick. The Card Player Deals Death. This is the Dario Argento's latest, focuses on an internet fiend who's a few cards short of a full deck. It's not bad. It's not, for latter era Argento, it's not bad at all. It's better than fucking Dracula. Oh god, that movie was horrible. Quentin Tarantino, Father of the Bride. The Maverick director closes his Kill Bill saga with flourishes of Lucio Fulci and Sergio Leone. It ain't a horror movie though. I mean, it's a good film, but it's not a horror movie. 47.47. This is only a few years later. Last issue I looked at, it was 37.37 for a year's worth. Now it's 47. It's went up $10. This year's Ghouls. Oscar winner David Anderson aimed for realism when creating the zombie armies of the Dawn of the Dead remake. Oh, okay. Look at that. That's some badass looking shit. And I always forget Phil from Modern Family's in it. And then Kim Portia, who I don't see him much. Good actress. Savage Island Madness in the Family on a tiny budget too, and upcoming horror towns. Wrangled a solid cast and genuine shivers. Savage Island begins with a fanciful title sequence, reminiscent of a Skittles commercial, or maybe a kickoff of one of those Middle Earth movies. Just when the bodice is about to be read, it dissolves in a mundane scene of a young couple in their car driving through a gray day. The woman has a romance novel in her lap, and the sequence of her being ravished by a tall, dark stranger was her dream. Okay. Godson, Attack of the Clone. I don't even remember this movie. Glad as hell. Ron Perlman couldn't have been happier to take on the makeup and action heavy role of Hellboy. Both the two Hellboy live action films of Perlman are really good. The two animated films are really good. I have not seen that new one. I've heard it's not great. I love that. The Lucio Fulci inspired shirt. You got, Cat in the Brain, The Beyond. Oh man. They got them in my size. Hell yeah. How much is it? $19.99 plus shipping. How much is shipping? $4 for her shirt. So $25 basically. Basically for Starship Troopers 2. More bugs for fewer bucks. I think I've seen this. I just don't remember shit about the original Starship Troopers. Is really good. DVD Dungeon. Okay, here we go. Ginger Snaps 2 Unleashed. It's gratifying and appropriate given that Lionsgate swallowed up Artisan like a big bad wolf devouring Grandma. Originally announced behind the scenes and makeup FX feature are gone MIA, but the DV more than compensates with a fine commentary by director Brett Sullivan and producers John Fawcett, Noel Sega, and Paula Devonshire, who go into great detail reference title scenes and never let up. And both their ambitions create a worthy follow to the superb original and the fine films that serve as inspiration. Emily Perkins. I was trying to think of her name earlier. Okay. Savage Island. So many vintage low budget have been cleaned up for DVD units. It's a bit jarring to find a new one that looks internationally rough and intentionally rough. That's all of a piece with Savage Island's bracing, raw, and unexpected. Okay. The Dividing Hour. I never even heard of it. B Movie: The Shooting of a Farmhouse Massacre. A mockumentary available at Custom Flicks website. Director's cut. Okay. Undertow, Christmas Season Massacre. Short. Here's the big one. Dawn of the Dead. Zombies in a shopping mall. Romero, Savini, and Goblin. What more can be said about Dawn of the Dead has been said before? Anchor Bay has released a single-disc appetizer of the 127-minute theatrical version in anticipation of its upcoming triple platter Splatterthon, which will showcase 3 notorious, different, and debated cuts. The news has been pushed back a couple of times now, much to the chagrin of the rabid fan base, but the wait is well worth it. The new transfer is a real eye-opener. For the first time, Dawn displays the exuberant color scheme people associate with Romero, showcasing healthy flesh tones for living, vibrant blue skies, and Crayola red zombie blood. No previous edition has been so sharp and colorful, and the compositions have gained noticeable visual information on all four sides, revealing a new level of craftsmanship to cinematographers, Michael Gornick's palette, and framing that makes this project look more expensive and professional than ever before. It's a quantum leap in quality that should have an effect comparable to that of Blue Underground's stellar transfer George Romero's The Crazies last year. It'll make people take a second look at the film and reevaluate it. Supplements are limited to a commentary by Romero, his wife, Christine, Dawn's assistant director, and FX genius Tom Savini, which is far better than the one recorded for Elite's previous Laserdisc, but still has pacing problems. It starts petering out at the 1 hour mark and doesn't really get back on solid footing for about half an hour. Also, a bunch of TV, radio spots, trails, a well-written Romero bio, a gallery of advertising images, and 2 very easy-to-find Easter eggs, which tantalize and reveal just how great the documentary on the upcoming 3-disc set is going to be. If you really want to see a remake of Dawn, you will buy this fantastic disc to re-experience the film for what feels like the first time. It got 3.5 things. I think 4 is the maximum, so that ain't bad. I Drink Your Blood, I'll Show Some Skin. This is I Drink Your Blood, which is the old movie about the what was it, the bikers destroying the town. They ended up getting fed like rabbit meat with rabies in it. Lowry, Basquiat. Nightmare Library. Oh shit! Infernal Angel by Ed Lee. After many years making a respectable living and more than a respectable reputation in the small press, hardcore horror meister Ed Lee has begun publishing work through Leisure. While this is the second book set partially in his infernal city of Mephistopheles, is maybe not as violent as small press work. It's still a red meat raw thrill ride. The focus on Cassie, who learns that she is a Etherus, a mystical being capable of entering hell while she's still living. Lucky as she does, as agents of hell begun briefly showing up on Earth, and in the hopes of tracking down Cassie for use in the nefarious planet. Lucky for her, Cassie is held from an angel who is able to operate within hell. Now, let's be clear. It takes a while to adjust to a lead novel with the sheer depths of depravity on display in such classics as Header, The Pig, Succubi, and others. But by leaving his inner perverted gorehound at the door, Lee allows his imagination to run off. This is a mad book of mad ideas, the kind of work where something new is thrown at you at every page. Readers may find themselves pleasantly surprised to discover a Lee they've never known about, one who is capable of coming up with complex and believable infrastructure upon which he can hang all his insanity. That's not to say, of course, that there isn't any trace of belief we come to know and love. The parallel story of the soon-to-be Ethereum contains plenty of the politically incorrect sexual politics that are Lee's standard. And there are elements of hell like the fate of Cassie's dead mother that are just as gross as they come. And if there's one thing I suspect will come out of this book, it's a recognition of what a humorous, insightful writer Lee is, what the excesses of his small press work to blur things. His craft really shines through. Reiterate, Infernal Angel is not a book for those expecting more extreme, violent, sexual hijinks a la Header. It's a great example of what a skilled artist Lee really is. It's not bad. It's not one of my favorite Lee books. It's not his worst, but it's not bad. Move Underground. Eyeball Compendium. What the? Oh, the old British. Okay. I Drink Your Blood. Blood Song. With Frankie Avalon as the killer. This is one of those I've wanted to see for a long ass time. I just never found a copy. Okay, we got our classifieds. Let's see. Tapes of Terror. Excuse me, Houston. I think they advertise all the way to the end. I don't know if there's... I need to write and just be like, hey, y'all still around? Fangoria back issues. And then Fangoria.com. And then the back cover, Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. Not a bad issue. I mean, it's in decent shape. It's listed as very good plus, so not bad, but there's a thumb. Remember, if you enjoyed this, give me that thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.